Brad is on a break. They're off, going right after the lead. That's Hillbillies all in. The 6 horses on. 6 is on a break. Moving around the turn. Out there is. That's Hillbilly Night Shift now with the lead. That's Hillbilly Night Shift with the lead. Racing second, that's Harvey's all in. Bulls to the outside. Third is Hillbillies all in. On top now, that's Harvey's all in on top. Racing second, that's Hillbilly Night Shift. Racing third, that's Hillbillies all in. Then there's Caviar Skipper to the half in 59 and 2. Out there, that's still Harvey's all in. On the outside, here comes Caviar Skipper. Moving around the turn, now second with the rush, that's Caviar Skipper. Inside, that's Harvey's all in. With the lead, still out there is Harvey's all in. Racing second, that's Caviar Skipper. Third is Hillbilly Night Shift. 3 quarters and 1:28 and 3 around the final turn. It's still Harvey's all in. Challenging on the outside, that's Caviar Skipper around the final turn. 3 wide. Down the final stretch, it's Harvey's all in with the lead. On the second, that's Caviar Skipper. Harvey's all in. Photo finish. 157 and 3. Sunshine on my shoulders on the break. Going for the lead, that's KJ Ryan. Racing second, that's Jay Still. On the outside, third, that's KJ Wallace. And then there's Trentzel Locke. KJ Ryan on top, but with the rush, here comes that KJ Wallace with KJ Ryan second. Third is Jay Still, and then there's Trentzel Locke. To the quarter and 32 and 1. Out there with the lead, that is KJ Wallace. Racing second, that's KJ Ryan. Racing third, that's Jay Still. And moving on the outside, here comes Trentzel Locke. And at the back, that's Sunshine on my shoulder. In front of the grandstand for the first time, that is out there, that's KJ Wallace, brings him to the half in 103 and 2. It's KJ Wallace with the lead. Now challenging to take the lead, that's the 2 Trentzel Locke. Third, that's KJ Ryan. And on the outside, it's Jay Still. And at the back, that's Sunshine on my shoulder. Down the backside they go. Trentzel Locke with the lead with a rush on the outside. It's Jay Still, but hanging on inside, that's KJ Wallace. Then there's KJ Ryan to 3 quarters and 133 and 3. Moving around the final turn. It's Trentzel Locke opening up, but here comes KJ Wallace around the final turn. And then there's Jay Still, and inside KJ Ryan. Down the stretch they come. It's still Trentzel Locke with the lead. Outside, here comes KJ Wallace, but it's all Trentzel Locke. They're off, going right after the lead. That's Kate's a keeper. Racing second, that's KJ Deb. Third on the outside, that's Luring Loose. On top, that's Kate's a keeper. Now with a rush on the outside, that's KJ Deb. Third, that On top now is KJ Dabin, opening up by a length. To the quarter and 29 and 1. On top, that's KJ Deb. Racing second, that's Kate's a keeper. Third is Lizzie Borden is third. Fourth is Luring Lucille, and then at the back, that's Kate's a keeper. Down the backside they go, it's KJ Deb on top. Racing second, that's Kate's a keeper. Third is Lizzie Borden. Then there's Too Itchy and Luring Lucille to the half and 58 and 1. Still on top, that's KJ Deb. But right there is Kate's a keeper. Now on the outside, here comes Too Itchy. And then there's Lizzie Borden and Luring Lucille. Down the backside they go. It's still KJ Deb to the 3 quarters in 128 and 1. They go past the comfort and it's still KJ Deb on top. Racing second, that's Kate's a keeper on the final turn on the outside. Here comes Kate's a keeper. Then there's Too Itchy around the final turn. Kate's a keeper sticks his nose in front. Down the stretch they come. Kate's a keeper. Inside there's KJ Deb. Kate's a keeper. KJ Deb. Too Itchy. Kate's a keeper. KJ Deb. Too Itchy. Lizzie Borden. Hillbilly Kisses is on the break. They're off. Going right after lead. That's Caviar Caroline. Racing second, that's My Girl Lou. Third is Breeze Away B. And then there's Fire Me Up and Hillbilly Kisses. Down the backstretch they go. On top, that's Caviar Caroline. Racing second, that's My Girl Lou. To the quarter in 28 and 3. On top, that's Caviar Caroline. On the outside, here comes, that's Breeze Away B on the outside. Down in front of the stands, it's still Caviar Caroline. Racing second, that's Breeze Away B. Then there's My Girl Lou, and on the outside, that's Fire Me Up and Hillbilly Kisses. Half in 57 and 4. It's still Caviar Caroline on top. Racing second, that's Breeze Away B. 3 wide, here comes, that's Fire Me Up. But it's out there, that's Caviar Caroline won't give it up. 3 quarters in 126 and 4. It's still Caviar Caroline on top. Up the inside, Hillbilly Kisses. 3 wide, that's Fire Me Up. Around the final turn, it's Caviar Caroline. On the 3 wide, that's Fire Me Up. Down the stretch they come. It's Caviar Caroline. Inside, that's Hillbilly Kisses. Caviar Caroline. Hillbilly Kisses. Hillbilly Kisses. 156 and 4. They're off. They're off. Going right off their lead is Quit Your Belly Aching. On the outside second, that's Airtime. On a break, that is Just Resting My Eyes. Around the turn, that's Airtime with the lead. Now takes the lead. Second is Quit Your Belly Aching. Then there's Rocky Bottom to the quarter in 28 and 4. Gapped out a little bit, that's Airtime. Racing second, that's Quit Your Belly Aching. Third is Rocky Bottom. Then there's Chauffeur. On the break, that is Airtime. Quit Your Belly Aching. Down the backside, Airtime takes him to the half in 59 and 1. Racing second, that's Rocky Bomber. Third is Chauffeur. Fourth is Lord Fairfax. Then there's Just Resting My Eyes. On top, it's still Airtime. Racing second, Rocky Bomber. Then there's Chauffeur is third. To the 3/4 in 1:29 and 4. It's still Airtime is the one to catch. Racing second, that's Rocky Bomber around the final turn. Third is Chauffeur. And it's still Airtime is the one to catch. Rocky Bomber second. Airtime is air. It's all Airtime. Rocky Bomber, Chauffeur, Lord Fairfax. They're off, going right after early lead. That's Never Fear Lloyd's here. On the outside, that's Caviar Sage. And Never Fear Lloyd's here is on top. Racing second, that's Caviar Sage. Third is Virginia Cruiser. Then there's Caviar Eden to the quarter and 27 flat. It's still Never Fear Lloyd's here's on top. Racing second, Caviar Stage. Then there's Virginia Cruiser and Caviar Eden. Then KJ Michael around the turn. It's still Never Fear Lloyd's here. Brings them in front of the stands and takes them to the half in 55 and 4. Caviar Sage is second. Third is Virginia Cruiser. Then there's Caviar Eden on the outside. That's KJ Michael. Opening up, that's Never Fear Lloyd's here says, catch me if you can. It's Caviar Sage is second. Then there's Virginia Cruiser. And on the outside is KJ Michael. 3/4 won, 24 and 1. Never Fear Lloyd's here opened up. Racing second, Caviar Sage. KJ Michael. It's with the lead. Never Fear Lloyd's here. Battle for second and third. Inside, that's Caviar Sage. Outside, KJ Michael. Mile in 1:52 and 4. KJ Diamond is on a break. They're off, going right after lead is Pride of Windswept. Racing second, that's Trick Star. Third is Oliel. Fourth is Ida Bell. Then there's Pride of Windswept on top. Racing second, that's Trick Star. Third is Oliel. Then there's Arm Senorita to the quarter in 31 and 2. Then there's Ida Bell and KJ Diamond is on a break. Moving around the turn, it's Pride of Windswept. They're all in order. The 5 Ida Bell is on a break. It's still out there, Pride of Windswept. Its second is Trick Star. Third is Oliel. And then there's Arm Senorita to the half in 1:02 and 3. It's still on top, Pride of Windswept. Now on the outside, here comes Oliel challenging Trick Star. Trick Star is on the break. Trick Star is on the break. And then there's Arm Senorita. It's still Pride of Windswept with the lead. Then there's Oliel. And then it's 1:33. Now the 3 Oliel is on a break. It's still Pride of Windswept. Then there's Arm Senorita. Right. Around the final turn, it's still Pride of Windswept with the lead. And Arm Senorita is second. But it's all Arms. Pride of Windswept, 203. Then there's Arm Senorita. Uliel. Ida Bell. They're off, going right after the lead. That's Madison's All In. Racing second, that is Marbleell. Racing third, that is on top, that is Madison's All In to the quarter and 29 and 2. Racing second, that's Marblad. Third is on top still, that is Madison's All In. Racing second, that's Marblad. Then there is Kelsey's For Real is actually second. Then there's Marble Allen. On the outside is KJ Catherine to the half in 59 and 1. On top, that's Madison's All In. Racing second, that is Kelsey's For Real. Third is Marblad. Fourth is KJ Catherine. Fifth is Jan's All In. And then there's Caviard Eileen. Moving to the 3/4 and 128 and 1. It's Madison's All In on top. Racing second, that is Kelsey's For Real. Then there is Marblad. Moving around the final turn. On top, Madison's All In. With on the outside, that's Kelsey's For Real. Madison's All In. Kelsey's For Real is on the break. Now it's back, but it's Madison's All In. Kelsey's For Real. They're off, going right after the lead. That's the 4, Surge Sealster. Inside, that's a Major Impulse. It's a battle between Major Impulse and Surge Sealster for the front. And then there's Night Sky, and on the outside, that's Smell That Rock. Inside, that's Creighton Hanover, quarter and 28 and 1. On top, that's Major Impulse. On the outside, that is Surge Sealster. Inside, it is Night Sky. On the outside, it is Smell That Rock. And then Creighton Hanover down in front of the stands. We got 6 in, 2 out. It's 57 and 2 for the half. A Major Impulse on top. Racing second, that is Night Sky. Then inside, Surge Sealster takes the second. Then there is down the backside they go. Then there's Smell That Rock to the 3/4 in 127 and 1. It's still a Major Impulse on top. On the outside second, that is Surge Sealster around the final turn. Surge Sealster's coming on. Inside, they're 3 wide out, 4 wide. Down the stretch they come. It is out there with the lead. That is Surge Sealster. Outside, that's Creighton Hanover. They're off, going right after the lead. That's Morning Shadow. And then there's Rockin' with T. There, 4 wide. Here comes Aces in Heaven to challenge the leader. Morning Shadow. Third is Rocking with T. Fourth on the outside is Cool Flying Charlie. Then there's Copper to the quarter in 27 and 4. On the outside, it's Aces in Heaven on top. Racing second, that is Cool Flying Charlie. Inside, that's Morning Shadow. Then there is on top, it's still Aces in Heaven to the half in 58 flat. On the outside, that is Cool Flying Charlie to challenge. And then there's a Village Artist inside. Moving around the turn, it's still out there is Aces in Heaven. 3 wide. It's Morning Shadows inside. And then there's Copper moving on the outside to the 3/4 in 128 and 1. Past the Comfort in on top. That is still Aces in Heaven to challenges Copper. Then there's Morning Shadow on the inside. Around the turn, it's still out there is Aces in Heaven with the lead. Racing outside. Inside, here comes Morning Shadow. Morning Shadow outside. Copper to get it. Morning Shadow inside. They're off, going right out for the lead. That's Brookdale Bruiser. Racing second, that's Spoiler on the Beach. To the front, that's Deseronto. Racing second, that is Brookdale Bruiser. Third, that is Spoiler on the Beach. Then there's Van Diesel and Movie Star. Then there is RN Nate and a Wazo Flash to the quarter in 27 and 2. Past the Comfort in. Opening up, it's Deseronto. Racing second, that's Brookdale Bruiser. Then there's Spoiler on the Beach. Then Van Diesel and Movie Star. And on the outside, here comes RN Nate. Down in front of the stance, out there is Deseronto to the half in 56 and 1. It's Brookdale Bruiser is second. Third is Spoiler on the Beach. And then there's Van Diesel and Movie Star, and on the outside, RN Nate and Owaso's Flash. Over there, it's Deseronto. With the rush, here comes Spoiler on the Beach for second. Racing third, Brookdale Bruiser, 125 and 1. It's on top, Spoiler on the Beach. Racing second, that's Deseronto. Then there's Van Diesel. Then Brookdale Bruiser around the final turn. It's Spoiler on the Beach on top. Racing second, that is Deseronto. Inside, here comes Van Diesel. Spoiler on the Beach. They're off. Going right after the lead. That's Yeah Boy Yeah. On the outs. Take the lead. That is Sergeant Papa Daddy takes the lead. Then there's Yeah Boy Yeah. Then there's Cirrus the V. Majoring Artist is inside. Then there's Pacific Stride. And Captain McNee. And King Corona to the quarter in 27 and 3. Out there is Sergeant Papa Daddy. Inside, that's Yeah Boy Yeah. Outside, that's Cirrus the V. Inside, Majoring Artist. Then there's Pacific Stride and King Corona. And at the back, that's Captain McNee. Bring it out there, that's Sergeant Papa Daddy. Bring Cirrus to V. And then Yeah Boy Yeah on the inside. Then there's a majoring artist. That inside, that's Pacific Stride. Outside, that's Captain McNee. And at the back, that's King Corona. Down the backside they go. It is out there, Sergeant Papa Daddy to the 124 and 4. Out there, it's still Sergeant Papa Daddy. Inside, that's Yeah Boy Yeah. Cirrus DeV starting the tire. Down the stretch they come. Out there, that's Sergeant Papa Daddy. Inside, that's Yeah Boy Yeah. It's Sergeant Papa Daddy. Yeah Boy Yeah. 153 and 2. The Queen Me Again is on the break. They're off. Going right off their lead. That's Northern Dally. Inside, new number, Who's This? And then there's Gold Star Misty. And then there's Marvelous Jet. On top, that's Northern Dally opened up. Racing second, that's new number, Who This? Quarter in 27 and 4. Then there's Gold Star Misty. Marvelous Jet. And then at the back, that's Queen Me Again. Around the turn, out there is Northern Dally. Racing second is new number, Who Dis? Then there's Gold Star Misty and Marvelous Jet. To the half in 56 and 4. Northern Dally's on top. Racing second, new number, Who's This? Then there is Gold Star Misty and Marvelous Jet. And now coming to the half, that's Queen Me Again. On top, it's still Northern Dally. Racing second, that's new number, Who Dis? Third is Gold Star Misty on the outside, and then Marvelous Jet. 3/4 and 125 and 2. Moving around the final turn out there, that's still Northern Dally. On the outside, Gold Star Misty. Then there on the inside, new number, Who's This? And 3 wide, that is Marvelous Jet. Down the stretch they come. It's out there still is Northern Dally. On the outside, Gold Star Misty. Northern Dally got him 154 and 4. They're off. One right out for the early lead. That's play to the crowd. Raucous Sweet on top, racing on the outside. It's Hillbilly Fairy Tale. Then there is Sky Full of Lighters. Then there's Play to the Crowd. Freak on a Leash to the quarter and 27. Sky Full of Lighters is on his break. Out there is Hillbilly Fairy Tale on top. Racing second, that's Raucous Sweet. Third is the Play to the Crowd. On the outside, rebounding that Sky Full of Lighters. Following the cover is Freak on a Leash. And then there's Shadow Mystery to the half in 57 and 1. Out there still is Hillbilly Fairy Tale. Racing second, that's Raucous Sweet. Outside, that's Sky Full of Lighters. Then there's a Freak on a Leash and Play to the Crowd, Shadow Mystery, and I Dream the Dream, and the Wild Impulse to the 3/4 in 126 and 3. Past the Comfort Inn, it's still out there as Hillbilly second, that is Sky Full of Lighters. Inside, that's Rocket Sweet. And the Freak on the Leash. Around the turn and down the stretch they come. It's still Hillbilly Fairy Tale. Inside, that's Rock Sweet. Sky Full of Lighters, but no one's going to catch them. Hillbilly Fairy Tale. They're off, going right after lead. That's Sketcher. Racing second on the inside, that's Aurora Sun. Outside, that's Life's Marvelous. Aurora Sun takes the lead. Racing second, that's Sketcher. Then there is Life's Marvelous. Guys in the band. Then there's Reggae Blue Chip and Sporty McGrew to the quarter in 27 and 1. Racing on top, that's Aurora Sun. Racing second, that's Sketcher. Then there's Life's Marvelous, Guys in the band. Then there's Reggae Blue Chip and Sporty McGrew. Down in front of the stands, on top, that's Aurora Sun. Racing second, that's Sketcher to the half in 56 flat. Then there's Life's Marvelous, Guys in the band, and Reggae Blue Chip, and at the back, Sporty McGrew. 3 in, 3 out. Around the turn, on top, Aurora Sun. Right there is Sketcher. Inside, Life's Marvelous. Outside, that's Guys in the band. And then there's outside, that's Sporty McGrew. 3 quarters in 126 and 1. Now on top, Guys in the band. Racing second, Aurora Sun starting the tire out. Then there's Life's Marvelous. Around the final turn, Guys in the band with the lead. Racing it inside second, that's Aurora Sun. Third is Life's Marvelous. Then there's Reggae Blue Chip down the stretch, and it's Guys in the band. Life's Marvelous, Aurora Sun, Sporty McGrew. They're off. Going right out for the early lead on the inside, that's Rydia Hanover. Then there's Caffeine Buzz in third, that is Flying Marvin. Then there is Gucci Riffic and Gypsy Ginger and Lucky Ramsey at the back. Down the backside they go. It's Rydia Hanover on top. Caffeine Buzz is second. Then there's Flying Marvin. Gucci Riffic is next. 28 and 3 for the quarter. On top, it's still out there. That's Rydia Hanover. Racing second, that is Caffeine Buzz. Third is Flying Marvin. Fourth is Gucci Riffic. And then there's Gypsy Ginger and Lucky Ramsey. Down the backside here, in front of the stands, it's Rydia Hanover takes him to the half in 59 flat. Racing second, that's Caffeine Buzz. Third is Flying Marvin. Gucci Riffic tips to the outside. Then there's Gypsy Ginger and Lucky Ramsey. It's still out there is Rydia Hanover. Racing second, that is Caffeine Buzz. Inside, that is a Flying Marvin. Outside, Gucci Riffic. 3 quarters in 128 and 2. It's still out there is Rydia Hanover. On the outside, that is Caffeine Buzz. Inside, Flying Marvin. Then there's Gucci Riffic and Gypsy Ginger. Down the stretch they come. Rydia Hanover's out there. Flying Marvin, Caffeine Buzz, Rydia Hanover.